You may recall that the extension on the impulse momentum poggle was about which kind of ball would do a better job at knocking down a bunch of cans in a carnival game. And you had two choices. You had a bouncy ball or you have a non-bouncy ball. And you had to predict which one would do a better job at knocking the cans down and why. Well, I don't have a bunch of cans to knock down, but I do have a block. And I do have a bouncy and a non-bouncy ball. Both of these balls have the same diameter and they have the same mass, but they're made of different kinds of rubber. So this one here is the bouncy ball, and it bounces pretty well. This one is the non-bouncy ball, and it hardly bounces at all. So what I propose to do here is let both of these balls drop from this point on a ramp and see which one does a better job of knocking down the block. Now, because these balls have the same mass, and they're going to be released from the same point on the ramp, they're both going to have the same momentum when they hit the block. All right, so we'll try the non-bouncy ball first. So I'm going to release it from this little black line on the ramp here for consistency, and let it go. And it doesn't do a great job of knocking down the block. I'll do it again. Okay? Now I'm going to try the bouncy ball. I'm going to release that from exactly the same point. And that does knock down the block. Okay? So if you had the choice of being hit in the head with a non-bouncy ball or a bouncy ball, which would you choose if you had to choose between the two? Well, I would choose to get hit in the head with a non-bouncy ball, with this ball here. Because if somebody throws this thing at my head with a certain speed, the only thing my head has to do is stop the ball. That requires a certain amount of impulse. If somebody throws a bouncy ball at my head, not only does my head have to stop the ball, but it also has to reflect the ball back toward you. And that requires more impulse. And since the impulse is greater on the ball, it's also going to be greater on my head. The two impulses are equal and opposite. And so it hurt more.